How do Middle East millennials manage their wealth? That's the million-dollar question we're discussing on this edition of Inside AB. I'm Bernd Busman, and this is Shruti Nair. So, Shruti, you happen to be a millennial. How do you manage your wealth?
Right, let's not get personal here, Bernie. My wealth management isn't very impressive, but just speaking on the grander scheme of things here, millennials are going to inherit about $33 trillion in the next couple of years. That's a huge amount of money we're talking about that they are going to be acquiring. And according to the Boston consultancy group, millennials, that is, we're talking about the age group between the ones who were born between 1981 and 1996, they already control $17 trillion, which amount to nearly 10% of the world's wealth, and this amount is going to increase to $35 trillion, which is nearly 16% of the world's wealth by just next year, by 2020. So that is the sheer amount we're talking about, and how this needs to be managed is the question that you've asked.
So are millennials in the Middle East at an advantage or a disadvantage when it comes to managing their wealth?
Right, I think the millennials in this particular region are at an advantage because, they've seen a lot. They've seen a lot happening in the region in the past few years, and they've got a clear comparison with what's happening here in the East and with the West. So there's a lot of political instability that they've seen growing up. There are the economic cycles, which we're actually a part of right now as we speak, and then there are the macroeconomic activities and instabilities and uncertainties that have sort of shaped their view of the world, if I can say that. So in this region, millennials are also considered to be among the top entrepreneurs among their peers globally. So there are so many of these initiatives like WAMDA that we've seen in the past, which show that the number of millennials who are interested in starting up their own businesses, in doing it successfully, are higher compared to the other generations. And also in the GCC, it's more of a cultural thing as well, because in this particular region, the millennials tend to inherit a lot of wealth, and there is a lot of family wealth that they end up acquiring eventually. So it just gets transferred or passed on from one generation to another.
So how are they using this wealth that they have?
Now that is what is different, which is why millennials is a huge focus right now. So the way they use and consume and utilize their wealth, it has been very interesting, and it's an evolving pattern. So the focus is basically on basic savings products, equities and property, and they're not as much interested in complex asset class. So now if you see that from an owner or buyer economy, it has moved towards a sharing economy, which is why concepts such as Airbnb, Uber, etc. have prospered in the last 10 years, although they've been there for much longer. And also another very interesting thing is the quest for purpose, and the fact that they appreciate social responsibility and socially responsible and valuable assets. So right now, they're not just buying things for the monetary worth or the monetary value of it. They also need to make sure that it follows under the ESG criteria, or the category, which is environmental, social, governance categories. And this is something that they actively look for while investing.
Interesting. And what about technology? And we talk a lot about digital transformation. What role does that have to play in this?
It has a huge role to play, undoubtedly. So the rapid pace at which digital transformation has taken place has resulted in a number of things, including it has enabled this generation of tech natives, if we can call them that, to get answers at their fingertips. All they have to do is, just go on Google, type in what they want, and they get the information that they need right then and there. And it also enables them to connect to people from across the world. So that is information at any time, any place, anywhere. So that is one thing that has happened because of technology and digital transformation. And also, we've spoken about leveraging fintech and robo-solutions and robo-advisors, which they feel more convenient when it comes to getting information. But one thing that needs to be noted is that you can't just rely on technology, because technology gives you information, it doesn't really give you knowledge. So it's about using the technology and being aware of how to use the technology, which is going to play a key role, because not every millennial who is going to acquire all of this wealth is going to be wealthy eventually.
Of course. Well, thank you. Something to think about for all the millennials out there. If you want more details on this story, go to arabianbusiness.com. You're watching Inside AB. I'm Bernd Busman, and this is Shruti Nair. Thank you.